In this video, we will be showing you how to ensure a hearing aid's noise reduction program is functioning properly. Here we have our patient Kayla about to describe her problem to our clinician Stephanie.
Been doing with your hearing aid? Everything's going pretty well, I think. The only thing is now that with the warmer weather at home, we have the air going a lot, so it's really difficult to hear my parents talking in conversation.
Okay, I think there's something we can do about it. I'll have you sit right over here.
Okay.
Now we see Stephanie preparing for a real ear measure. She's getting ready to perform otoscopy, which is important because we want to visualize the tympanic membrane and note any abnormalities that may cause a roadblock while inserting the real ear probe mic. Note that she braces with her pinky finger, which is always important as we do not want the patient to move and cause us to insert the specula too far into their ear canal. Now Stephanie is preparing the real ear microphone. This test is designed to measure what the amplification device is doing right at the eardrum, so that mic gets within a few millimeters of it. She wants to measure this probe mic pretty precisely because she wants to avoid hitting her patient's tympanic membrane because that can be quite uncomfortable. Here's the fun part, insertion of the probe mic. Stephanie is going to be using a technique to ensure the probe mic does not move to ensure the most accurate measurements. She's going to be pulling back the elastic band that holds the microphone on Kayla's ear. She then will carefully insert the probe mic in front of it. When she releases the elastic band, it helps hold the probe mic in place and prevent it from moving. Stephanie now is going to place the hearing aid over the probe mic apparatus to finish up the setup for the real ear measure. Kayla is wearing a Phonak receiver in the canal hearing aid that can wirelessly connect to Noah, our hearing aid programming software. The stylish necklace Kayla gets to wear is what allows the hearing aid to communicate with our computer. From here on out, Kayla just has to sit quietly while Stephanie maneuvers through Phonak's software and then proceeds to run the real ear measures from the test box. Stephanie is connecting Kayla's hearing aid currently, which then will be followed by clicking through the menus to find the noise reduction settings. So now that our hearing aid is connected, we find the noise reduction settings. Here we can see that they are all off, which is what we expect if our patient's complaining about noise. We move over to the VeriFit system, which will be running our real ear measure. We want to leave the noise reduction settings off to create a reference line for our test. Now that we have our reference line and see how Kayla's ear is shaping the sounds the hearing aid is producing, we return to our Phonak fitting software. Now we see Stephanie turning on all of the noise reduction settings to address our patient's primary complaint. And now back to the test box. This time we are going to see how the aid responds to noise with the settings turned on. We will see a purple line that is about 5 dB lower than the green. This shows that our programming has successfully decreased the noise. Here we see Stephanie asking Kayla what she thought. Kayla is happy with the change and will try out the new programming at home. Kayla has reached out to our clinician Stephanie saying the changes helped tremendously. This is what makes the job all worth it. So how do you ensure that noise reduction is working when you don't have an ear to run a real ear measure on? We can still run the same test in a test box with a 2cc coupler. Here we see Stephanie setting up the 2cc coupler inside the test box with the hearing aid attached. She maneuvers the hearing aid to have the hearing aid microphone face the speaker. Then we see that she has moved the reference mic right next to the hearing aid mic to ensure the speaker is producing the correct output. Now that the hearing aid is set up inside the test box and the test box is closed and locked, we connect the hearing aid to Noah. Now that our hearing aid is connected, we want to unmute it. We want to make sure that it's actually processing sounds in the test box. Now that the hearing aid is all set up, we want to see what noise reduction settings are currently in the hearing aid. We see Stephanie clicking through Phonex fitting software to find that the noise reduction settings are all turned on. We want to turn these off to see what the hearing aid does without any noise reduction. Now that the hearing aid is all set up and all the noise reduction settings are off, we move to the VeriFit. The VeriFit wants to go to the right side of the coupler, but Stephanie quickly switches to the left. Now she's going to run the test to create that reference line with the noise reduction settings turned off. Now that we have information on what the hearing aid is doing without any noise reduction, we want to turn all those settings on. Now that all the settings are on, we can return to the VeriFit and run another noise reduction test. As you can begin to see, the hearing aid is noticing some noise, so it starts to reduce the gain. We can see that purple line has shifted down with about a 7 dB reduction in noise. Thank you for watching our video on how to ensure noise reduction is functioning properly in a hearing aid. We hope this has helped you learn more about the capabilities of real ear measures in the VeriFit system.